Hello YouTube! Diablo Season 6 is coming soon, and I want to share with you my thoughts on leveling strategy and leveling builds. As usual, I'm focusing on solo casuals, because that's how I play this game myself. And before we start, a brief disclaimer. Of course you can play this game as you want and you shouldn't listen to anyone, including myself. But if you're a casual player and you want to get the most out of your time, I hope some of my suggestions will be very useful to you. Season 6 is a bit different from previous seasons in regards to leveling. We have a campaign expansion. That will not directly impact how you choose leveling build, but I want to point out that you can go slow and chill way of redoing the whole campaign. Just be aware, it will add like 10 plus hours to your playtime. I think I will go full campaign myself. Diablo 4 has a very good story, and I would like to experience it again with the new content. Also, before talking about builds, I have a feeling that a lot of players will start season with a new Spiritborn class. Which makes sense. New skills, most likely it will be the most overpowered class in the season. However, I have a different opinion, which most likely will not be very popular. I think I will start a season with a class that I know the best. Something like Sorcerer. It will let me to have much easier time early on. I will farm all the nice things that I need for my Sorcerer build, for my alts, meeting uniques, legendary powers, all that stuff. Yes, overall it might add some time to my seasonal gameplay. But anyway, I like to create multiple characters every season and I play different classes every season. And my logic is, I will jump on Spiritborn class when I will have a lot of materials, a lot of items that I already farmed, and also, let's not forget, community will figure out the best or easiest way to play a new class. Because of course, I'm lazy, I'm casual, I don't want to test everything myself. Okay, so this is my strategy. We start on normal. I see some people suggesting immediately start on strongholds, but I'm not sure it is the best idea. When I tried that in PTR, I felt really weak early on. I would do one Helltide and maybe grab a key power or two for your build from a dungeon before doing the strongholds. After 1 hour Helltide and the class quest, you will have some good gear, you will have some legendary powers, and that should make doing strongholds so much easier. Speaking about class quest, you can do those immediately reaching level 15 or level 25 for Necros, but that will depend how Helltide will go for you. Let's not forget, in the season start there might be a lot of people in Helltide, and that alone might help you a lot leveling up. Just being in a Helltide with a lot of people, killing monsters, will give you a lot of XP and you will level really fast. Anyway, after doing the 1 hour of Helltide and finishing your class quest, you can jump to the strongholds. You should be around level 25 to 30, and now you can do the full round of strongholds around the map. You should be able to reach level 50 doing strongholds and be strong enough to jump to penitent difficulty and finish your journey to level 60 doing strongholds if you have any left, or Helltides, or maybe some other activities you like. Again, we are casual players, we are not blasting, we are enjoying the game. Some of those things might change. If Blizzard will allow us to jump to penitent difficulty before level 50, and you found a lot of interesting and good legendary powers, tempering manuals, you might be able to start doing penitent difficulty earlier. Again, it's up to you how you enjoy the game. After reaching level 60, you should be able to do Pit tier 20 and switch to Torment 1 difficulty. At that point, any character, any class should be able to do that. And as I talked about that in my previous video, from that point you have different options. You can stick to fully upgrading your gear and leveling up your one character that you started with, or depending how easy it is to complete seasonal quest journey, which gives you Resplendent Spark, it might be useful to create few alts and finish seasonal quest on alternative characters, get your 4 Resplendent Spark, craft your first meeting, and full throttle forward. This was a strategy. Diablo 4 did a really good job of making some things easier for casual players. For example, in Season 1, I reached level 100 with only 2 characters. That's it. It was really difficult. In Season 5, I did that with 16 characters. And looks like leveling in Season 6 will be even faster. Again, before starting with builds, a lot might change when Blizzard will publish the patch notes for Season 6. However, I do not expect a lot of changes for early game. And the leveling builds I'm talking about are more focused on quality of life than just pure power output, so you should be okay. Anyway, let's check what builds could be your best choice for leveling. And this is not a tier list. It's more likely I start with my least favorite class and finish with my most favorite class. And as usual, play around what game will drop for you. Do not stick to one build just because. If you are lucky and got some good drops of Tempering Manuals or Legendary Powers, switch the build. Let's say you started Barb and you started with Upheaval and almost immediately got Bash Tempering Manual. Start playing Bash, even if you wanted to play Upheaval until the end game. Play around what game will drop you. Let's start with Rogue, which is my least favorite class. You know, no need to be modest here. I hate Rogue. I hate Rogue. Most likely because you need to do a lot of actions on Rogue to be able to play it really well, and as a lazy casual I don't want such amount of work. Personally, I start with Heartseeker, but only when Rogue is not my first character in the season. When I farmed some common Tempering Manuals and Legendary Powers, I don't think this is the best choice for zero start, for first character start. One of the best options would be Penetrating Shot. It's not very difficult to play, and you can pick up the main power for that build from the dungeon on level 1. What I hate about Penetrating Shot, and actually about a lot of Rogue builds, is the gameplay. So it's generator, 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 boom. Generator, 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 boom. So this combo point idea, I don't understand it. I hate this gameplay. What's funny enough, when Diablo was released, everyone was hating this about the Barb. Everyone was saying, oh, Barb so difficult to play, I need to put generator, 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 then smash. Yeah, generator, 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 smash. But when we talk about Rogue, everyone is okay. Whatever. I don't like Rogue, as you can see. Still, picking up with Penetrating Shot, switching to Heartseeker as soon as you have some Heartseeker powers will be best choice in my opinion. Next is Barb. Not a lot of good news here. Again, Barb is not my favorite character. If it is not my first character in season, I start with Bash. Again, same logic, because I have some common Tempering Manuals and Legendary Powers. But Bash sucks until you find Bash Tempering. So same as with Rogue here, do not start Bash on your first seasonal character. I would go Upheaval until you find good powers like Dust Devils and just switch. That will let you, if you will find Dust Devils, depending on which Dust Devil power you will find, that let you switch to Double Swing or Virulent. Personally, I prefer Double Swing because it's a bit easier to manage resources, but the difference with Virulent is not that big. What is really bad, there are no good single powers from the dungeons that you can pick up early on. So you just hoping that some good powers will drop, and this is how you level Barb. So yeah, sorry about Barb players, not easy life here. Necro, on the other hand, has a very easy start. It might become quite difficult in the end game. It will have the power, but will require a lot of good gear and skill. On the other hand, in the early game, you don't need any powers to dominate. Just pick minions, Blood Search, actually even better, combine them. Use both, and you will have a very chill leveling experience. And also, don't forget, you can pick up very good powers from dungeons early on and dominate with Necro. Druid. A lot of people hate Druid, and a lot of people think that it's the slowest, weakest class in the early game. However, I love Druid. It's my second favorite class. Yes, in the first seasons of Diablo 4, Druid was really, really bad in the early game. Just completely bad. I still don't understand why Diablo hates Druid from the leveling perspective. Every other class has, let's say, class quest. Yeah, class power quest. It's very easy to do. On Necro, you will do class quest in what, 3 minutes? On Druid, you need to go to the stronghold, then you need to talk to the Druid, then you need to run around the map, then you need to return, and then you need to farm for boons, yeah, to open up all your powers. It's just so much time. On the other hand, a few seasons ago, finally Blizzard made some changes, and we have Wincher Power, which you can acquire at level 1 just from doing one dungeon. And this power alone is a blast. You will have a really good time. Just go to the dungeon, pick up your power, add Pulverize for AoE damage, and you will have a very good leveling experience. I tried that for the last few seasons and it was really good. It's not as good as other classes, but it's not as bad as it was. Actually, as of today, I would say that Barbs has much worse than Druids when we speak about leveling. If Blizzard would change the situation with stupid stronghold conquest and very, very long class quest, it would be so much better. And yes, let's not forget, Druid naturally is quite tanky, which helps us a lot in the early game. And finally, my favorite class in the game, Sorcerer. I played Sorcerer as my starting class in Season 0, so in pre-season, when Diablo 4 was released. I played Sorcerer every season, and periodically it sucked. Yeah, Blizzard didn't show a lot of love for Sorcerer. Fortunately, Blizzard did a lot of changes, good changes in Season 5, and now Sorcerer is not only fun, but also very strong. And I really like Sorcerer leveling. My favorite skills are Incinerate, Hydra, and Firewall. And here is why. I mostly play with Controller. So first of all, you can mix and match those skills as you wish, yeah, depending what you like for. I play on Controller most of the time. I rarely play with mouse and keyboard. And on Controller, it is very difficult to place your Firewall as you want to. So it's kind of semi-random. You can arrange somehow, but it's very complicated. On the other hand, playing with Controller, I really like Incinerate. Yes, Incinerate has one big downside, it's a channeling skill. So you are standing still and channeling Incinerate. But it's fun, especially when you have all the Incinerate powers. So first of all, one you can pick up immediately. You pick up that power and you will dominate with Incinerate. You add on top some Hydras, you add Firewall into the enchantment slot, and you will have a lot of fun. If you will find additional powers for Incinerate, when Incinerate like splits in 3 beams, then it will be super easy for you. Then you can pick up harder difficulties and it will be super fun. You will be killing anything and everything in a matter of seconds. No problems whatsoever. In my opinion, this is the easiest leveling build for casual players. Easy to play. It does not require a lot of powers. It has very good synergies inside the build because we have a lot of burning happening from different sources and it's easy to combine, it's easy to become quite overpowered. So this is my recommendation for Sorc. And I should mention we have one more class, Spiritborn, but I have no idea how Spiritborn leveling will look like. Yeah, we haven't tested that. And as I mentioned at the start of this video, I'm not sure I will start with Spiritborn. I want to be able to farm fast, especially if I will start with the full campaign. Then I definitely want to go with something that I'm familiar with, that will give me easy life during the campaign. And again, for me, this will be Sorc, this will be Incinerate, and I will blast through the campaign, because I want to remind myself the whole story, what we had when Diablo 4 was released. Then the new story, yeah, with the expansion. And then, depending on which level I would end up, maybe it will be already 60, I will start farming for good gear and pushing to some interesting builds. And here we are. Those were my tips for Season 6 leveling strategy and leveling builds. Thank you all. Don't be a couch potato, go outside sometimes, and have fun in a new season of Diablo 4. Goodbye.